Hi, good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Very delighted to have all of you here joining us at this auditorium, and also those of us who are tuning in virtually, both locally in Singapore as well as overseas. PUB has been tasked since 2020 to lead and coordinate whole of nation efforts to protect Singapore from rising sea levels. And since then, we have also established the Coastal Protection Expert Panel to provide expert advice to PUB on strategies and approaches for coastal protection, so that we can glean best practices from all over the world, as well as to keep ourselves abreast of the latest trends in dealing with sea level rise. It is important as we advance in our ongoing efforts to establish policies, legislation, planning and design standards, and also to develop the national coastal and inland model and adaptation plans for coastal protection. We are also embarking on a newly launched coastal protection and flood management research program. So as what Jeanette has shared, today we are privileged to have members from the Coastal Protection Expert Panel to share with us their knowledge and deep expertise on their work in coastal protection. I'm sure all of us are looking forward to an insightful and enriching discussion this afternoon. But before we start, it is my delight to introduce to you our distinguished panel members. And the panel is chaired by Professor K.Y. Yong from the National University of Singapore. He's a professor of the Civil and Environmental Engineering faculty. He's also Deputy Chairman of Singapore's Ministry of Finance Development Projects Advisory Panel and board member of PUB and Senior Fellow for the Urban Redevelopment Authority Academy. Our first speaker for this afternoon is Prof. Robert Dalrymple. He is the Emeritus Professor of Civil Engineering in Johns Hopkins University, as well as a Distinguished Professor of Coastal Engineering in Northwestern University. He's also a member of the US National Academy of Engineering. Our second speaker will be Professor Robert Nichols, and he's currently the director of Tyndall Centre for Climate Change Research, based at the University of East Anglia in Norwich, UK. He also shared the authorship of 5 assessment reports of the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. Next, we have Dr. Jane Smith, who is currently research professor at University of Florida and the Emeritus Senior Research Scientist with the US Army Corps of Engineers. She was previously Senior Research Scientist for Hydrodynamic Phenomenon at the US Army Engineer R&D Center. Our fourth speaker is Professor Marcel Stief, who is currently Emeritus Professor of Coastal Engineering in Delft University of Technology in the Netherlands. He has also advised national governments in Belgium, Monaco, China, Vietnam, Myanmar on coastal and littoral matters. Last but not least, we have Professor David Bamforth, who is currently a visiting professor at Imperial College London. He has also advised governments and municipalities on flood risk management in the UK, United States, and New Zealand, and was on PUB's expert panel for drainage design and flood protection measures from 2011 to 2017. So with the lineup of interesting sharing for this afternoon, without further ado, I'll hand this time over to Jeanette so that we can kickstart with this afternoon session. Thank you.